Today we continue our coverage of Mario Kart Wii, as previously we covered Coconut Mall's glitches. This time though, there are 6 more mishaps to discuss and talk about that lurk throughout various modes and maps throughout the game. Welcome back to Cartridge Tilting and Glitches. While racing, there is no doubt I'll be checking out the racetrack map to see exactly where the nearest rival to me is, especially if I am in the lead. The map takes up quite a large portion of the screen, though character heads that rest upon it are rather small in comparison. But if you want to increase them by roughly 50% in size, then simply exit out of the Grand Prix, which takes you back to the main menu, then this time opt for a single player time trial mode, pick a kart or bike and then a character, a track, and then race as normal. You don't have to finish the time trial, so just exit straight away and then plump for another Grand Prix. And there you have it, a race map with larger foe heads upon it. As we know, the dreaded fake item box can be a pain in the backside as foes attempt to take opponents out with it by placing it in strategic positions. Though let's face it, they do stand out as they are bright red and the question mark is upside down as opposed to its traditional form. If I'm ever going to place one down, it'll be tucked away within the normal item boxes. Oddly enough though, you can actually change the colour of the fake box from red to blue, and to do so, firstly opt for a 2-player game. Choose a versus race, pick a team race, pick a character, then make sure you're on opposite sides. Then, when the next menu appears, hit B to backtrack until you reach the versus mode option screen again, where this time plump for a solo race, then proceed onwards until the race begins. But remember to keep the characters the same. When the race is underway, mess about rather than taking it seriously and try to each gather fake item boxes. And as you do so, Daisy's box is typically red, while Mario's fake box will also be red, but only when it's placed within his inventory. As soon as it is released onto the track, it will now be blue. If you're up for a quicker time upon the track of Wario's gold mine, then opt for a single player time trial mode. I expect most characters can achieve this, but for reference sake I'm using Daisy and the Dolphin Dasher. As soon as the time trial begins, drive forward slightly then immediately turn around, so that now you face in a diagonal position to that of the start finishing line and that the large drop is now on your left. Then start accelerating forward, but just before reaching the edge of the track, boost using a mushroom and aim towards the nearest warp pipe in an attempt to clip or bounce off the top of it. You might also find it easier to drive forward, boost and then hop just before launching off the side, as you can gain extra height and distance. If you manage to hit the pipe, hopefully you will be dropped outside the final tunnel. If this is the case, quickly turn around, driving to the tunnel and past the 3rd wooden post, then make a beeline for the finishing line, where lap 2 should begin. There are 24 characters to choose from Mario Kart Wii, and that's not including the Mii character options, so there really ought to be no squabbling over a particular selection, though I expect this happens anyway. So here's a great glitch that allows friends to be the same character, and notes this works for 2, 3 and 4 player modes. So select how many drivers, and in this instance I am choosing 2. Pick versus mode, solo race and move on to the next screen. Then between you decide which character you both want to be. Once you've chosen, one of you must highlight that option and select it, then backtrack and move off that character. Then the other player must repeat this process. Next, return to the previous menu, re-enter the character menu, where you'll now see that the same character has been highlighted for both players, so you can now press on for your vehicle selection. Though while doing so, check out Birdo's position, as Birdo will be stuck in the kart seating position even while you sift through the catalogue of bikes. this next area we will choose a 2-player mode followed by a battle, then the coin runners challenge. When it comes to picking characters again, repeat the previous glitches process so that you are the same character. Also make sure when picking sides that you are both on the same team. Next, play out the challenge and try to make sure that you win overall so that the celebration kicks in. Whereas it does so, the camera will pan down to the podium and you can spot that one of the daisies, in this case, has her head covered up by the head of my me. Next time on Cartridge Tilting and Glitches.